I've been playing Triangle Strategy, and you know what? I'm quite enjoying it. Square Enix have turned away from their Final Fantasy Tactics designs and borrowed a few things from Fire Emblem, while simultaneously bringing in some new designs and new ideas. One of these new ideas has really stuck out to me, and that's a new spin on how player choices work. The game is set in fantasy with warring nations and houses fighting over resources like salt and iron. This is turn-based strategy, but with a big focus on storytelling and characters. Regularly throughout the story of Triangle Strategy, very important decisions need to be made. They determine the fate of characters, what and where the next battles will take place, and the direction of the story. Thing is, the decisions aren't directly made by you, they're actually made through a democracy of votes across your 7 most trusted followers. You're the leader of House Wolfort, and you'll give each of your 7 most trusted followers a special coin. These 7 followers will make up your War Council, and these coins are used to vote on decisions through the scales of conviction, which weigh up the votes. It gets interesting because you can listen to the opinions and views of these 7 followers before they make their vote, and you can try to influence or change their votes. You can even use information you've uncovered to help influence people. You'll not always be successful in trying to change people's minds, and you may have to go with the flow. That said, this new form of player choice does not strip away any of your agency when it comes to important decisions. The agency just takes a new form through trying to influence your followers to make your preferred decision instead.
The flames consume you!
The whole concept of this democracy-based decision-making is a nice change of pace when it comes to player choices, and I wasn't expecting it to be so different to what I'm usually used to. One of the reasons this system works so well is because the decisions are meaningful throughout the game. The fate of characters and factions are determined through long-term decisions. There's consequences and there's risks to the team's decisions, but before trying to influence everyone, you are given plenty of information and made aware of the potential risks with each choice to make a proper, informed decision. You could make the decision to go against powerful houses really early in the game, but it's risky and you'll have a really difficult battle to fight. You could argue that the choices add a replayability factor to Triangle Strategy. You might want to replay the game and make different decisions to see alternative stories, characters or missions, or maybe you missed out on the perfect outcome in the long run and want to fix that. There's this one character I really like to bring along in combat, Corriton. He's completely missable based on what choices you take, but he's got really powerful ice magic, and I really like using his Ice Wall spell to block enemies off. Pretty cool.
Another approach.
From gathering items in towns to even stealing items in battle, all of your actions increase the conviction of House Wolfort through liberty, morality, or utility. It's the liberty to freely do what you please, the morality to do what seems to be the right or good thing to do, and the utility to take advantage of everything possible. The agency behind your convictions are rewarded. With high conviction you unlock new followers, character stories, and stronger influences in your decisions. The game is all about acting under these 3 types of convictions and making decisions usually between 3 choices, and that's why the game is called Triangle Strategy, a really weird name for a game without context, but it's all about 3-sided perspectives or choices, like a 3-sided triangle. Overall, I've definitely enjoyed my time with Triangle Strategy. It's a very story and character driven game to the point about 80% of the game is just cutscenes and dialogue, so it's not going to be the kind of game for everyone. I've enjoyed my version of the story, but you can tell it's very Game of Thrones inspired in its writing, with elements like houses, plenty of betrayal, and phrases like bending the knee to lords. Extra points for the 2.5D pixel art style similar to Octopath Traveler. It's glorious being able to rotate the camera around the battlefield in ways you wouldn't be able to in just a regular 2D game. All the lighting effects and shadows around the pixels look pretty amazing with the Unreal Engine. I mentioned Square Enix's Octopath Traveler there. I personally think the story here is miles better than Octopath Traveler, and difficulty-wise I've been playing on normal mode and there's been a pretty good level of challenge, which I like, but I always have the option to return to my camp and grind a few skirmishes to overlevel my characters, or make money for upgrades and supplies. It comes down to if you're looking for a very story-focused turn-based strategy with decent squad management and a fresh take on decision making, then I'd absolutely recommend Triangle Strategy. The closest game to it will be Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I'd say Fire Emblem is the better game, but Triangle Strategy is still worth checking out with a few unique takes on the formula. And that's about it for Triangle Strategy. Subscribe and like the video if you liked the video and all that. Peace for now.